Sitting here stuck in traffic. Story of my life. Figured I'd get the final edition of the owner power rankings completed. These will be the final power rankings of this season. The playoffs speak for themselves. We don't need to be doing power rankings in the playoffs, obviously, so let's get to it. Final power rankings of the year. In 12th, worst team in the league. Didn't participate much all year. You're going to find yourself in last place, Jen. In 11th, the activity totally dropped off. And as soon as the activity dropped off, team performance dropped off. That's why he finds himself in 11th, Alonso. In 10th place, activity dropped off the last couple of weeks. Team wasn't very good. However, I do think this team has potential to do something next year, which includes winning a division and going to the playoffs. He has some pieces to work with. Let's see if he does it the right way. In 10th place, to close out the year, Eddie. In 9th place, team really crapped the bed once the forest fires began and the foreign invasion began at the border in Tijuana, and you could just see it just started falling apart for this guy once those two things started to hit California. So it's understandable that his team stopped performing. What's not understandable, we never got a video from this owner, so Brian made a bet, so he is typically a man of his word. I'm sure hoping that the video does get produced at some point before the end of the season. We're all looking forward to it. In 8th place to close out the season, Ben. 7th place to close out the season. The activity kicked up at the end of the year, so obviously his team performance kicked up at the end of the year. It's no coincidence, but a little bit too little, too late for Matt. That's why he finds himself on the outside looking in at the playoff picture. I have him as my favorite to win the top pick in the consolation bracket. We know what happened the last time he won the top pick in the consolation bracket. He won a championship. Let's see if he could repeat that process again. In 6th place, heading into the playoffs again. He probably feels like he doesn't deserve it this year, but you know what? His team is playing really good now. We know he's got a solid team. He's going to make noise in the playoffs. I believe he's even a favorite to win in the first round right now. In 6th place, Cisco. In 5th place, going into the playoffs, we have none other than Michael. A very strong finish to the season for Michael. After many people wrote him off, he started stringing together 200-point weeks. He's going to be a scary team to face Ray this week. You could tell Ray is a little bit nervous about it. He's throwing C words out there right now. I don't think he believes that he truly has this one locked up right now. We'll see what Ray has to say in his video this week. I'd love to see Michael fire back at Ray. That would be awesome. It's a heated matchup, which is kind of interesting. Usually Michael isn't involved in heated matchups. Let's see what happens. This is my matchup of the week. It looks like it's shaping up to be awesome. In 4th place is the aforementioned Ray. He had a bad last week of the season, but you know what? It was a meaningless week for him. You just worry, is it a sign of things to come? It's not like he benched guys and rested them. This was his full team playing in week 13. Hopefully for him, it's just a hiccup, and he can avoid a first round bouncing, which is something that he has become a little bit accustomed to over the years. In 3rd place, heading into the playoffs, coming off of a strong 200-point week, is Chris. The issue that I have with Chris's team is I don't think that he can hit the ceilings that teams like Ray, Peter, and Ricky can. I think Chris can basically max out at around 200 to 210 points a week. I don't think that's going to get it done in the playoffs. But the activity has been phenomenal from this owner. Obviously, video every single week this year. That is a record. Nobody will ever break that record. Good job by Chris this year. He finishes the season in 3rd place. In 2nd place, heading into the playoffs, is Ricky. Ricky's got a phenomenal team. He is your favorite to win a championship. Only reason why he's not number 1 in the power ranking is because we didn't get a magazine cover this week from him, and we never saw a video from him this year. But with that said, we have a return to the top for Peter. Another strong week for him. Bouncing back from a not so good week 12 against Cisco, proving that he is still the strongest team and proving that he has an opportunity here to finally get off the schneid, win a championship, prove us all wrong. Peter, congratulations. Very successful season for you, Peter. Very successful season for about 4 or 5 owners this year, actually. A very strong top portion of the league this year. Very impressed. Great activity all throughout the year. It's one of our best seasons that we've had yet. Looking forward to this playoffs. Every team this year in the playoffs is capable of scoring 200 points a week. I don't think I've ever been able to say that before. It's going to be highly competitive, highly exciting. I hope we see a lot of videos. Hope we get a lot of smack talk. Looking forward to this week. Good luck, everybody.